What's up guys, Bionic here, welcome to the channel. Today's Raid Shadow Legends video is going to be an account showcase. So this player here, Kreiss 69, is going on 150 days as a 100% free-to-play player. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around, look at his stats a little bit, his champions, where he's at with the dungeons, the keeps, and so on, so that you guys can have a better idea as to how a free-to-play player progresses through their playthrough. So let's start with the champions. A Vizier Ovalis. Wow, so that's a very strong pull to have in such a young account, in any account basically. So very nice right there. I see that he's also geared very well. Looks like he's probably doing very good on the clan boss, but we'll see a little bit later. Then we've got a Black Knight, Eleanoril, we've got a Psylar, which is also fantastic, Miscreated Monster, as well as Tyrell, Occult Brawler, Steel Skull, wow, Apothecary, Seer, and then we've got a couple more legendaries, Blood Gorged, Norog, and I wonder in here, yep, a Doom Priest. We also have a Cold Heart, so definitely some very strong champions. Wow, this guy is, I must say, a very lucky. So let's see what he can do with all of these champions. Alright, so I'm assuming that with these champions, he probably doesn't have any problem doing all the keeps, so we're going to skip that. The Minotaur's Labyrinth probably doesn't have any problems. Yeah, 57 seconds, that's fantastic. Not the lab, but how about the Ice Golem Peak? 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Wow, very good. Very, very good. Very strong team, so that's looking fantastic. And then let's look at the Spider's Den. What kind of team is he running in here? We've got, of course, the HP burn method, Miscreated Monster for the tanking. This is very good, so very good time as well. Then what else we got? Let's do the Dragon. Probably doing very well, under 2 minutes with the Seer. Very nice with some poisons. I like the setup, that's great. And then let's look at the Fire Knight. What kind of times? Ooh, okay, so that's probably what he's trying to work on right now. I'm curious to see his missions, but so far his setup is okay. So he's trying to go with the Seer for the nuke method. That's probably very good for the wave, so he's probably not having any issues there. It's probably when he gets to the boss himself that he's trying to, you know, get those stacks down. So quickly just looking at this, I'm assuming he'll probably want to try and use his Cold Heart, which I believe is not completely done, but that's just right off the bat what seems to you know, come to mind. Okay, and then let's keep going. So next, let's look at the arena. Gold 4, which is very good. Defense-wise, he's got some wins, so I'm curious to see the team. Okay, so very tanky team, using a lot of turn meter reduction. We've got the Shielder, so that's an interesting team. I think that overall, though, maybe he's just not running this usually. What about typically his attacks? Okay, so obviously taking advantage of all the easy wins, that we probably all do. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So I wonder though, when he is in a battle. Okay, so it's a different setup, of course. I'm actually using Seer myself quite a lot in the arena. It's very, very good against tanky teams. He's putting his Black Knight to good use. You saw him use it in his dungeons as well. Miscreated Monster as well, Apothecary as well. So this is a smart play to do, especially for a free-to-play account. You cannot have, or it's a lot harder to have dedicated teams for all aspects of the game, especially early on. So you've got to reuse your champions. Okay, so he's doing a good job here, and being in gold tier 4 is good enough to get the boost to his basic stats. So like I said, it's all going to depend on what his missions, or where his missions are at, and maybe then he'll have to work on his teams in order to keep progressing. And then let's look at the clan boss. So a very, very good performance on the clan boss, on the Nightmare, doing 2 keys. Guys, that's actually better than me, man, to be honest. But then again, he's got the Tyrell in the lead, he's got the Vizier, he's got the Occult Brawler, an excellent Poisoner. So I'm not surprised, man. This is a very strong team. So kudos to this guy for pulling those champions early on. Then let's look at Faction Wars maybe real quick. Okay, so he's doing some work, but as a free-to-play account, this is not your priority. So this is going to come over time as you get some top-tier champions for each faction. Then you're going to level them, and then eventually this will become a lot easier, but it's a very long process. Okay, and now let's move on to the missions and challenges. I always like to know where they're at. So far looking very good. Pretty much everything is complete. Yeah, that's basically where I was at that point, where I had to get the regeneration sets, which is from the Fire Knight. I didn't actively farm it for such a long time because it really didn't feel like it was necessary. I mean, there is 2 books here, but you might not need it for a while, so he's probably not in a rush to complete it like myself, which is good. Then what about the missions? Okay, so doing a very good. This should be simple, so it looks like he's on track, progressing very well. Then the Void Keep, that's going to be easy. A Void Champion to level 6. I think he's got a Cold Heart, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Tier 6 Masteries for 5 champions. He's probably already has this done. Gold 4 in the arena, so this is good. Great Haul bonus to level 10. How's that? Yeah, he's got that done. So, man, he's doing very good. Like, he's planned it out well. I don't think he's actually going to have a hard time at completing it. This is going to be easy. You saw it, 2 key, a nightmare. These are all going to be easy. The only place he's going to block is this. He's just going to have to use an extra key, so that's not a problem. Is going to be his Fire Knight level 20 mission. So, I mean, Arbiter is within reach for this guy, and he's, like I said in the beginning, going on 5 months. So he's probably going to hit Arbiter between 6 and 7 months of gameplay as a 100% free-to-play player, which is almost half the time, if not half the time, that it took me to get there. And you can clearly see how when you get very strong champions pulled early on, your whole experience in the game changes quite drastically. Because, I mean, like, these champions are such a game changer. So again, kudos to him for pulling such great champions early on. Okay, and now let's dig a little bit more into his stats, or the gear of his champion. So you see here, well tuned for the Nightmare Clan boss. Crit rate, crit damage is low, but it is very hard early on to boost the offensive stats as well as the defensive stats. So it's going to take a while for him to be able to work on this, but overall still very good for the Nightmare Clan boss. I think he's also using the Black Knight in there. 181 speed, decent defense, and I think this guy's damage, or one of his skills, works off of him being lower health or something like that. So it'd be interesting to see a clan boss run with this champion. I've never seen that before, but hey, it's working for him, so great. Then we've got this champion here, well, not being used in the clan boss. We've got the Tyrell, right speed, fantastic defense as well. Some okay crit rate, but eventually he's going to want to push this up as high as possible, hit that 100% mark, and then this guy's going to start dealing some massive damage, or more than he already is. We've got the Occult Brawler, same thing. So this guy's a little bit faster, which is not the end of the world, because he does not have the counter attack. He's just going off of basically a speed method, if I'm not mistaken, because yeah, he's using his Apothecary. So Apothecary is super fast, which is perfect. So he's there to just boost the team in speed over and over again, as well as provide some heals, so extra support. And hey, he's able to 2-key Nightmare. So this is a great example to show that you don't necessarily need a counter attack build in order to perform very well in the Nightmare Clan boss. But again, I will remind you guys that he's got a Vizier Ovilus, so this is such a game changer. So don't worry too much if you don't have, you know, this kind of performance. But over time, if you pull a strong champion like this one, you shouldn't have any issues. Okay, and now let's wrap it up with, I guess, a quick dungeon run. I want to see this Ice Golem performance at 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Let's give this a shot and see what happens. Alright, so let's set this up on auto. I hope it works on auto, but We'll see. So we got some AoE stuns, that's always good. AoE poisons, AoE decreased defense, and then this chick is going to do her combust move. That's right. So it kind of uses all the poisons, so that's very good for clearing the waves. It's similar to, I guess, Seer in a sense, where you can nuke the waves very fast, and it's going to work wonders on the Ice Golem boss himself. So far, doing a very good. These ads are dropping like flies. A lot of defense as well, a lot of healing as well, passive healing. We've also got the Apothecary, who we know is very, very fast. So this team shouldn't have any issues surviving this dungeon at all. Miscreated Monster is also a beast when it comes to time to support the team. And like you guys saw, he's using him in the Spider Dungeon, as well as the Arena, as well as the Ice Golem. So again, good job on maximizing the efficiency of your champions. So second wave, let's see what happens. So a little bit of damage here on Tyrell, but that's normal. We're probably going to get a heal from Apothecary on his next turn. We've got the shield from Miscreated Monster anyway. And then this chick is going to pull her poison moves, I suppose. There we go. And then she's going to combust, I think is what it's called, all of those, and it should clear that wave relatively fast as well. Doing good. There we go, the heal from Apothecary. We're not in any danger whatsoever. The Fear is also a great way to add a little bit of extra CC. Miscreated Monster, as well as Madame Ceres and Harvest Jack, when they were released, really seemed to excel at that. I used Harvest Jack in the Arena recently. He adds so much CC. It's a very good debuff to use on enemy champions in the Arena, but in dungeons as well. So here we go, cleared in 2 minutes. So I'm assuming he's probably got some very good runs, and runs that take maybe a little bit more time. Maybe he's done it manually, I'm not too sure. But right now, let's look at what's going to happen on the auto run. So we're adding a lot of CC, some stuns, as well as HP burn on the ads. So that's good. We're not going to take a lot of damage. And we've also got the decrease attack, which is going to be very important in order to add survivability to our team. So looking very good. I can't see this going south in any way whatsoever. Look at all those heals. We've got the increased speed as well. All the shields. And those poisons should start popping up soon, right? I think she's going to have her AoE poison skill in just a second. Probably the next turn around. Nope. Next one coming up. So eventually, I'm assuming he's probably going to want to try and maybe add even more poison on this, which can speed things up even more. I did a video myself where I said like random ability skills are the way to go in terms of poison when it comes to the Ice Golem, because you want to start loading some poisons on him even while the ads are up. So that's going to mean that when they tick, they're hopefully going to pass the threshold for the Frozen Vengeance skill. So it's really going to help out in minimizing sort of the risk of you taking too much damage and getting a wipe. But like this team, like I said, is doing so good with all the debuffs and all the right buffs. Like look at this. Like I don't think there's any way that any of his champions can really die. And at this point, it's just burning the boss down. Loading up some more poisons. Frigid Vengeance here. Alright, so that's not too bad. We've got, what, 1 so far? I think he skipped 1 or 2 here. So overall, really good, man. Okay, here we go. More stuns on the ads. More poison damage just happened on the main boss. A little bit more HP burn. So HP burn as well is very strong to have. Like I've been recently trying out, what's his name? Ultimate Gallic in a Toxic set against the Ice Golem. It didn't really speed up my runs, but it does help out on the waves. But having her being able to use her combust move, I think is what it's called, on the waves really helps to speed things up. Because I think for me it takes still about 3 minutes or almost 3 minutes and a half just to clear the waves. But then again, I do not have a team that is as complete as this one. But anyway, he's just about done. So this guy is going to go down. And then it's going to be right back on the boss, and we should be able to finish this within about 5 minutes and 15 seconds, 10 seconds. We'll see how this finishes. Oh, we're getting another Frigid Vengeance. Maybe now they'll start going directly for the boss. That's usually what happens. So when the boss becomes low enough, your champions will start targeting the Ice Golem boss directly, because at this point they, I guess, kind of know that it's just a question of burning him down, and we're still going to be at about just that 5 minutes and 20 mark. There you go. Very good. And a 6-star item, hopefully it's good. Nope, sorry sir, but you're going to want to keep that and try to level it during an artifact enhancement event. Alright, so that's it guys, time to wrap it up. I hope you've enjoyed this little showcase of an account, another free-to-play account, or at least he claims to be. I'll definitely give him the benefit of the doubt. He is innocent until proven guilty, that's how I see it. So this adds another data point to the free-to-play community. This guy looks like he's doing a lot better than I was, getting Arbiter on about half the time, already in gold tier 4. So again, it goes to show that if you are lucky and you get the right champions early on, you will progress a lot faster. So anyway, thanks a lot to Kreiss for allowing me to showcase his account, and as always, I will catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.